We are reading from the King James Version, and we want to discover what the true meaning of Christmas is all about. In segment 1, we have the announcement to Mary by the angel as recorded in Luke chapter 1, verse 26 to 38. This segment here that we'll read is the origin of Christ and the birth announcement to Joseph taken from Matthew 1, verse 1 through 25. The genealogy account of Christ in Matthew 1 is very important. It traces the line of Christ all the way back to David and Abraham to show us that he has the legal right to be the king of the Jews because he's from David, but also he is a Jew because he goes all the way back to Abraham. By the time you read all the way through the book of Matthew, in Matthew 28 we're told that he said, "All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth." So therefore, not only is he the king of the Jews, he is also, by legal right and authority, he has the legal right to be the king of the entire universe. So let's begin our reading, the genealogical reading from Matthew chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. And Judas begat Phares and Zerah from Tamar, and Phares begat Esrom, and Esrom begat Aram. And Aram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Naasson, and Naasson begat Salmon. And Salmon begat Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begat Obed of Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse. And Jesse begat David the king, and David the king begat Solomon of her that had been the wife of Urias. And Solomon begat Rehoboam, and Rehoboam begat Abiah, and Abiah begat Asa. And Asa begat Josaphat, and Josaphat begat Joram, and Joram begat Ozias. And Ozias begat Joatham, and Joatham begat Achaz, and Achaz begat Ezekias. And Ezekias begat Manasseh, and Manasseh begat Ammon, and Ammon begat Josias. And Josias begat Jeconias and his brethren about the time they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon, Jeconias begat Salathiel, and Salathiel begat Zerubbabel. And Zerubbabel begat Abiad, and Abiad begat Eliakim, and Eliakim begat Azor. And Azor begat Zadok, and Zadok begat Achim, and Achim begat Eliud. And Eliud begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat Mathan, and Mathan begat Jacob. And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. See, Joseph is never called the earthly father of Christ. He's always referred to as the husband of Mary. So, verse 17, all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations. And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations. Now, the birth of Jesus Christ was on this wise, or this is how it happened. When as his mother Mary was espoused or engaged to Joseph, before they came together in sexual union, that is, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man, and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away privately. Joseph was thinking of a private divorce settlement. Even in Bible times, the engagement period was very serious and virtually locked in, and you had to file a divorce settlement to break an engagement. But while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. And she shall bring forth a son, and shall call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Now all this was done that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. Then Joseph, being raised from sleep, did as the angel of the Lord had bidden him, and took unto him his wife. And he knew her not. In other words, they avoided sexual relationship. He knew her not till she brought forth her firstborn son, and he called his name Jesus. Thank you for joining us on this second segment as we explore and read the true meaning of Christmas from the biblical account. God bless.